Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're providing you with cryptocurrency news, and today we're going to be speaking about Cardano again. And could it actually be possibly that it will crash to 60 cents? Well, let's not wish that on anybody. We definitely don't want to see that. So, speaking about Cardano, Cardano is moving really, really slowly and in a sideways direction, and we are looking for a new higher high. Now, Cardano is kind of moving at its own pace. It's not taking any special effort to jump anytime soon, and which can be rather annoying. It can be rather boring as well. So it just kind of be patient with it. Cardano is one of those things, but everything is kind of looking pretty well, and we just need to hold on. Now, since we're speaking about it moving sideways and it's moving very slow, that's actually when we're comparing it to back in August. Now, when we're speaking about August, let's take a look a little bit deeper. So from July, it was moving sideways as well. That same kind of pattern that was going on right here, that sideways movement. You can see here as well, the same kind of pattern actually looks a little bit better to compare now to back in August. We had a lot of big drops back in August as well, but now it's just kind of going up and coming down. So it's getting rather, it's getting bullish and then it's getting bearish and then kind of moving at that point while we're all kind of sitting here sweating thinking, oh man, what are we going to do? Is it going to crash? Is it going to explode through the roof? That's what we are watching for. But since that sideways movement, and when we're looking here as well, right here. So this is what we're looking at, right? This is that rally that we're talking about here. So from August 3rd, that's actually when it started to get very, very bullish. So in August here, it started to jump. We had that little fall, of course, and that next day. And then it actually just skyrocketed again. And that's what we're looking for, right? That same movement as we're coming up. And of course, back here on August 24th, we had that high of about $3 coming up. And then, of course, it started to bleed out again. And this is where it kind of began to get a little sluggish for us in September. And that's what we're looking at. Now, that history looks pretty good in my eyes. So I think it's a really you should be cautious when you're trying to actually buy into that. Right when you're trying to buy into that support. So just be a little leery. Watch out for that. But I do think it's going to be pretty good. Eventually, it will actually break over. Of course, as we've said in some other videos, another good time if you're being cautious around $2.35 too. This is something to watch for as well. That breakout, $2.40 we can see as well. Now, to compare Cardano to Bitcoin, let's do that right here. Now, to compare the two, it is actually starting to make to a new higher high. As you can see, acting as a support of around 3,600. That's about where we are here. So it is kind of 3,600 is that acting of support. So we are waiting for that as well. Now, of course, while we're kind of waiting out, altcoins are bleeding out while Bitcoin is doing its own. Now, we want to see if this is actually going to hold up or if it actually make a candle, then dump. Right, that's what we want to see. If that's what we're to expect soon. It's the same as well when we're comparing the two. The same time frame, right? Back in July, back in August, we had the same situation, the same history. You can see on our chart here, it's the same deal. And it's always a lot of ups and downs. It's a roller coaster, guys. So, really put on your seatbelt. But to compare the two, it is kind of the same back for August and July as well. As you can see, July, we had that nice bearish activity. We had that little drop here too for about 3 or 4 days, 5 days. And then it got high again in the same, and then it got sideways as well. Of course, when we're speaking about like back in May as well, Bitcoin was kind of like bouncing in here and there up until July, and then we had that drop. And then towards the end of July, it actually got bearish again, and then bullish, bearish again, and then coming up as well. Now, October as well. October's been a good month in my eyes. So coming from October, from September here to where we are now, it's kind of coming up. It's still kind of rising. It's going to take a new higher high. So just watch for this as well. I would expect for it to kind of jump up again too before too long. So right now it's right at around 61,000 as well, around $60,000 as well. So it looks really good, especially to see where we were coming from. So people are buying into that as well. But to compare the two, of course, it's not always the greatest. In news today, Pantera Capital CEO Bitcoin bull cycles went up 15 times in 300 days. Now, that's according to Dan Moorhead, the CEO of Pantera Capital. The median bull cycle for Bitcoin went up 15% in just 300 days. That's very, very big. So, of course, he wrote that on Twitter. Now, Bitcoin bears getting skittish as Bitcoin threatens all-time highs, says the crypto analyst Benjamin Cohen. Now, that analysis says Bitcoin bears are worried as Bitcoin's technicals continue to look more and more convincingly bullish. In a new strategy session, Cohen says trading that have been anticipating a bear market over since Bitcoin corrected in May are running out of ways to justify it on the charts. We also have more news for the Next Earth NFT project. Now that donates additional $64,260 to charity. Now, one of the largest NFT projects, Next Earth, was created with a dual purpose in mind, and that was to create the first blockchain-based replica of our planet and to contribute to the environment in the process. Now, Next Earth is making strides on both ends, having sold over 1.3 million in the world's first initial tile offering. Pretty cool, right? All right, guys, that's all we have for you today in news. Drop a comment, hit the subscribe button. Let's see you soon.